Welcome back to the little Welsh cottage here in the Rhondda Valleys. It is the end of a bank holiday weekend. Is this the last bank holiday we have in the UK until Christmas? Oh no, there's August bank holiday and then it's to Christmas. So it's been a very busy weekend and I hardly got any food in the house. But we had a Sunday lunch, I think it was yesterday, so I had friends down from London for the weekend. But on Saturday, right, let's go back to Saturday. On Saturday, I went up to Blaencwm and did a bit of filming up there for a video that you'll see in a few weeks' time. And I didn't get home until about 11:55. Then I had to catch a train to Cardiff. And the problem was, this weekend was the weekend that they switched the electric on for the electrification of the railway, which meant having to catch a bus down to Pontypridd, and then catching the train to Cardiff. So a 55-minute journey turned into an hour and a half. And then when I got there, didn't have time to do anything because I wanted to go shopping and buy some clothes. But I had to get to the theatre, which was the Wales Millennium Centre, which I've never been to before. I went to go and see a show called Nye, which is about the history of Nye Bevan and the creation of the NHS and what happened in the run-up to his creation. So, the first time I've ever been to this place, and it seemed a beautiful venue. I was up in the cheap seats, up in the very top, and just before the show was about to start, there was an empty seat by the side of me, and this man came in and he was like, "Oh, sorry I'm late, and he sat down. And in the interval, we were having a chat. And he said, "Oh, sorry I disturbed, when I came in." He was in a rush to get there. And I said, "Oh, well, that's fine, It's this 20 mile an hour lark. It's people are getting late for quite a few things these days." And we were talking about the show. And I said, "Yes, those were the good old days where you could phone up and see a doctor the same day. But it's not as good now." Anyway, by the end of the show, I realised who this man was Mark Drayford, who was the first Minister of Wales. I think he ended about 4 months ago. And it was him. And he made a comment that if he was still the first minister, he couldn't have come to have seen the show. So anyway, after the show, which was a fantastic show starring Michael Sheen, and if I had the money, I'd go back and see it again. It was so good. But after that, then I caught the train from Cardiff Bay to Cardiff Central, and I thought I'll go and buy some clothes now. And I couldn't get over how much Cardiff has changed since the last time I was there. That when I used to live in Cardiff about 25 years ago. I just couldn't get over it. There's a place called the Capital Shopping Centre. And it appeared that 90% of the shops were closed and boarded up. There wasn't a shop there. They had these fake fronts to look as if it was a shop front. But there was nothing there. And I went to St David's Centre, which is another big centre for shops, and there was a few more shops there, but the problem was it was now 5 to 6 and the shops were starting to close. So Cardiff has changed a lot, so I will go back again. But the problem was, when I was down the bay, I thought I'll do a bit of a vlog. I was going to walk around the bay, but because it was going into the evening time, there was a steel band playing, and somebody was singing a song down the bay. And the problem with filming that is, if it's music, then it causes me an issue with doing the video. So I'll show you what I filmed anyway, and I'll put my own music on there so that we don't upset YouTube. Now, when I lived here, this was a road that taxis would come down. But now, look at this. This is all very posh. They have just opened a part of the very old canal that used to travel through Cardiff. When they were doing the work, they discovered that the canal was hidden underneath, so they've opened it up and put flower beds. Obviously, it doesn't go anywhere, it's just for show. Just to try and attract people into the city. So even walking 10 minutes, I can see that the area's completely changed. I'm assuming they've got lights on this during the evening. I need to grab some food somewhere, so I'm just going to have a little wander around. Oh, you can feel the spray of the water coming off the canal. I'll have a look at it from the top end here now. There we go, look at that. All this used to be road. This was like the taxi alley. If you needed a taxi, you came down here. Looks like they've got a permanent roundabout. Down here is a hotel. And I remember coming out of Greg's once, and Nelson Mandela was coming out of the hotel. He was staying there for a while. Shall I have a go? Some things are the same, but then again, a lot has changed. I think to give a proper tour, I'll come back at the start of the day when there's not a lot of people here, so we can actually see. But for the time being, I'll just have a quick little walk around. This is St. David's shopping centre. I'm surprised it's still here, to be honest. So it's about 5 o'clock, so I don't know whether shops are now closing up for the evening. I was hoping they would be staying open till late. Oh, there's some spaces there. That's a way to disguise that you've got some empty shops, by putting a picture of a shop on the front. Yes, there's quite a few of them closed. But this goes on all around the city. It's a huge place, and a fantastic place to come when it's raining outside. Spent many an hour in here, spending money that I didn't have. So it goes all the way down here, all the way to the left and to the right. So then I came back, got back quite late, and realised that all the parcels that were due to turn up on the Friday, which I'd missed because they'd gone to the wrong house, I had an email saying we'll come on Tuesday, but they actually came back on Saturday. So one parcel went to the wrong street, but they managed to bring it to me. Something for the homestead, they tried next door, they went to the wrong house, next door, another parcel was picked up by the neighbour, and I brought this parcel home, and I saw something on the Fortnum and Mason's website, and I quite liked their China collection. But something told me, don't go hell for leather and buy this China. Buy something small and see what the experience was like. So I bought a cup. And look how the cup turned up. It turned up and the handle was broke by the side. So as I shook the parcel, I could hear something was up. So I filmed it. I thought, let's film me opening the box so I've got the evidence in case they try to play funny buggers later. And it sounds like it's already broke, which will be very annoying if that is the case, because I've waited for this. So we'll handle it with care. There's nothing in the box. Can you hear it jingle jangling? Yeah, look at that. Broken. In 1, 2, 3 places. So who's going to replace that then? So I sent them a picture and I sent them an email and I explained that I was thinking about putting in an order for some china, but I thought I would buy a cup first of all to have a look at what the experience was. And the cup has turned up and it's in bits. So they responded the next day and they said, thank you for your email, but we do not ship to China. Please look at the information below. We ship everywhere, but we don't ship to China. So I phoned them. So this was on the Sunday. I phoned them and she said, would you like us to send you out a new mug or would you like a refund? And I said to her, well, for the fact that this has turned up and it's in bits is the first mark against you. The fact that I've sent you an email explaining the situation, but you've sent me a response which has got nothing to do with the email that I've sent you, so you can't even understand that. I said, give me the money back. So I've just checked and the money's gone back into my account. So I could try and fix it, but I wouldn't be confident in having a hot cup of tea with a handle there. So what I may do is I may try and shave this bit down a bit more and roughen the edges a bit, and I can use it on my desk to put pens in or something. Or if you've got another idea, tell me in the comments below. So that was that. Then Sunday, friends of mine came, and did we go for a walk yesterday? No, we stayed in last night, and then because I was then recovering from the running around on Saturday and going to Cardiff, because in the last few weeks I have liked a bit of an afternoon sleep for about an hour. So this morning, which was Bank Holiday Monday here, the 27th, we woke up early, about 5:30, and we went for a walk, went up the side of Pen Peak Mountain. Well, if you've seen the video of me going to the Fairy Falls, and I'll put the link to that below, we basically did that walk. But my coat is a winter coat, and it only really works when it's a really cold day. The slight bit of sunshine and I'm sweating cobs. So I thought, it's fine, I'll just wear this and I'll wear a fleece on top. Well, typical, isn't it? As soon as we get halfway up the mountain, the rain came. So I ended up getting soaked. And then we came back down the mountain. We looked at our phones because we had both set our phones at the same time to see how many steps. And it was interesting. On one phone it said 10,000 steps had been done. On another phone it said 8,000 steps. And on my phone it said 7,500 steps. So it just goes to show you can't believe these step counter things. Oh, I've just remembered something. Before we went out for a walk, we went to the homestead and we just moved the shed. We moved the shed from the gate up to where it's actually going to go. Then we went out for the walk. Then when they left, I had a bit of a sleep this afternoon, and I've only been awake for, I woke about 5 o'clock. I went back to the homestead and I've started to take down one of the sheds there. But I need to go back on a different day with my tools because I can see that all the fixings are done by screws. So if I can take my electric screwdriver, I think the whole thing can come down really quickly. But I took the tape measure down that I'd been sent the other week, and I've measured. My shed is 8 by 6, and the shed that is there, even though it doesn't look that big, when I measured it, it was 10 by 8, which means that the concrete base, if the concrete base is of sound mind, then I can put my shed on the concrete base and I don't have to fuss around with doing a base. Right, I've put some veg because I got rid of the microwave. It's in the spare room, but I've decided I'm actually going to get rid of it. So I'm going to put it on one of the local Facebook groups in a few weeks' time because it's in the back of the room and I need time to get it out. Or I might donate it to the food bank or something. But somebody can have it for nothing. So I've had to put the oven on just to warm up some veg because I'm going to eat the leftovers from the Sunday lunch that we had. Was it? Yes, the Sunday lunch we had. No, from me yesterday. That's right. That's why it's called Sunday lunch, because you have it on a Sunday. So that's going to be my dinner this evening. But last night we had a drink, which I've never had, which I haven't had for quite a few years. And there's not a lot in the house. There's no sweets or anything. So this was the only thing I could think of. And I used to have this drink every Sunday. So my grandmother's house, Sunday night, the ritual was prisoner cell block H, which sometimes on a good night would start at 10:30, and on a bad night it would start at 11:30. But we would stay up and watch prisoner cell block H. And our drink was half a cup of gravy that had been left over from the Sunday lunch because it was broadcast on a Sunday night. So we'd have half a cup of gravy and then fill the rest up with half a cup of mint sauce. Mix it all up. Oh, I can feel my mouth going already. Mix it all up and get a few slices of bread and dip it in. Oh, that it was a real meal. And that's what we had last night. And I thought, yes, I'm going to bring that back into fashion. So I'll have that again. So it's been a very eventful weekend. Oh, and also we were having a chat. And there's a possibility that me and my friends will be going away to Hawaii next year. So if anybody's been there and you want to give us please hints and tips of places to go, then tell me below. We don't want it too hot, so we're exploring when the best time of the year is to go. But 23 is a good number, so we don't want to go in the height of summer because it'll be a bit too expensive. But we were thinking about getting an Airbnb, and I've looked online, and if you're clever you can find an Airbnb that actually throws in the car, so you can drive around the island. So that's our plan. And also because they want a bit of focus to lose their weight, they want a bit of focus. So that's our little idea. So it's been quite an eventful weekend, but I don't know if you're the same as me. It's been an eventful weekend, but now it's Monday night and I'm thinking it'll be good to get back to the routine tomorrow. Although for the rest of the week now, I'm going to be a day behind, because tonight does feel like a Sunday. So tomorrow I'll be thinking it's a Monday. I was walking through the village a couple of weeks ago and this old guy called me. "Come here, but come here." So I walked across the street and he said, "Is it Saturday or Sunday?" I said, "Don't ask me, I've been thinking it's Friday all day." So we both called somebody else over to ask them what the day was, because I didn't have my phone on me. But anyway, I'm going to have my bowl of leftover Sunday lunch with a nice cup of tea. So thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you in a few days' time for another video. So from me until then, bye for now. Beautiful.